Hi guys, and welcome to this Divi design tutorial. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignertechtips.com. We're going to continue with our Divi series of design tips here. We're going to put together a section using text and the filters feature. You can get some fantastic design ideas going with the new filters element that they've got doing. For this, we're just going to use the visual builder. So if you click on your enable visual builder up at the top here, and once it's loaded, let's add a new section between the hero section and this next section here. Just hit the little plus button, make it a regular section. I'm not going to need that right now. What I'm going to do is I want to go to our wireframe. So if I go down to this little purple circle here and expand it, click on it, we'll go to our wireframe here. And here's the section that we've just created. So let's click on the little cog and give it a background image. And the third one along is images. Click on the plus sign and we can select our images. I'm going to grab that one. Okay, so we've now given it an image. Let's switch back to our regular viewing mode. So it's just the little monitor icon here. And that'll switch back to our mode. Here's our little section that we've added right here. There's the image that we put in the background. So we want to put a row within that. I'm just going to put a single row in there. I don't want to put anything in it just yet, but I want to edit our row. I want to make sure that it's full width. So I'm on the design tab and I've gone down to sizing. I want to make this row full width. Now I'm going to give it a background color as well. So on the first tab, the content, we'll grab the background here. And I found that this sort of green color that I'm going to put in here seems to work best, but do experiment with it. It's entirely up to you, and just experiment with it to get the best effect that you actually want. Okay, we made our column full width, but we want to make sure it goes all the way. So let's have a look at the sizing again and use custom width. Change that, just click on this little box until the percentage sign comes up there and put the width to 100. Now we don't want any margins or anything on the top. So spacing, let's give it a bit of space. So we don't want too much there. Let's just give it 50 at the top, 50 at the bottom, just to make it a bit bigger. And I'm going to make sure we've got no margins on the top and the bottom by just giving it 0 there. And we'll save our settings. Now let's go back to our other element and get rid of this, the paddings or the margin, whatever it is right there. So that's this top little module there. This is for the one that we've just created. This is for the actual section above it. Let's have a look at the spacing on this one. And we don't want any padding anywhere, so just give it 0, 0, 0, 0. There, and then we've got a section, we've got no padding around it. Now comes the interesting bit. Just save this. And we've got to go back to this little section here. And we want to go down to our filters section to make it kind of see-through so we can actually see the image that's behind there. So if we go down to filters, hit our little arrow there, and we've got to just play with these settings. We can always change them later. I found if we take this up to here, saturation, brightness, contrast, I'll leave those for the minute. Invert all the way up, opacity all the way up. Now we need to change the blend mode, this is the filter here, to exclusion. Now as you can see, we can see our little image behind there. Now we can mess around with these and change things, but I find it's better to actually do this after I've added what I want to add. And so let's save this and add what I want to add. So I'm going to just add a little text box in there, so we can just type text. I just clicked on the little plus sign there. If I just close that out, I'll show you again. It's a little hard to see once we've added those filters, but there's a little plus box there, and we can just type in text. There it is. And let's just write some random text in here. Now I've done mine in all caps because what I want to do, this will make it stand out a little bit better. Let's make that a heading. Heading 1 would be nice, but you really only want to use that in main titles, so let's put a heading 2. Then we want to go to design and our text here. Well, actually, let's just have a look at our heading text. Heading 2. We'll use the default font. Obviously, you can use any font that you wish. Font weight, we want to make it as large as possible, which is that ultra bold. As you can see, it's made that ultra bold. And text size, let's bring it all the way up. It only goes up to 100 pics there, but you can type in higher values if you want to use a higher value. As you see, that's probably a little big, but well, let's just leave that and see what happens. Okay, so we've got that in there, and we want our text alignment. We want to make sure that we've got it aligned centrally. So if we go down to text alignment, there we are, right there. So that will definitely be in the middle now. And as you can see some of that image poking through that text there, which is kind of what we wanted to achieve. If you want to, you can add text effects. Probably need to go back to our heading to do that, seeing as that's what we're working on at the moment. So let's go back to our heading. And if we scroll down here, if you want to, you can add these text effects. Find something that's going to work for you. I'm going to leave mine off at the moment. So let's save that. There's what we've got so far, and that's kind of the effect that I wanted. Let's go back, and we want to just mess around with the filters on this, see what else we can get going here. So let's go down to our filters again, and we're working on the row that we put in there. And let's just tweak these. See if we can get things standing out a little more, or let's change things up. It's kind of standing out quite nicely there. Like I say, do play with it because you can get some nice effects going, and just get it how you want it. Brightness and contrast, I don't think I want to change any of those. Well, that's kind of nice like that. And the inversion, no, we'll leave that all the way up. I think that's quite nice there. Let's just change this one more time. And that really does stand out well. If you don't want it quite so effective, you can pull it back a bit, but that's kind of what I was looking for there. So let's just save that. And we've got a nice image in the background with the image slightly showing through there, which is good. We can further that. Let's give it a little parallax effect just to make it a little more interesting still. So we want to work on the section with the image, which was our row itself, which is this right here. So if we go in there, background, let's use the parallax effect. And that's true parallax. It's kind of nice. You see it moving slightly as we move up and down. Yeah, I quite like that. Let's try it with CSS parallax, which will make the actual image itself stationary as we move up and down, so it'll look like it's moving a lot more. Yeah, that's pretty cool, but I prefer the true, I think. So let's just put that back to true parallax. Good, and save that. Let's move this whole section down to here. Yeah, there we go. We can save, and this works with images as well. If you want to do it with an image section, it'll do it just as well. Play around with it, get your own effects, use different images on the background. You really can get some images that look really good, some elements that look really good and make your website stand out. Okay, let's exit the visual builder, and if we've forgotten to save anything, it'll prompt us. No, we saved everything, and let's have a look now. And there's that little parallax section with some filter overlay effects on our text. Very good. Okay, well, I hope that's been useful to you. If it has, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're interested in web design, take one of our web design courses below. We have some fantastic discounts for our YouTube subscribers, and there's also some great free courses down there too. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.